Hey everybody, it's Anita with Artistically Yours Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I just wanted to come on and see how everybody's doing. I've been home a little over a week now with the self-isolation thing and social distancing, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, and been really busy doing spring cleaning mostly, but I decided today I'm going to play a little bit. We did get outside and try to take a walk yesterday. Way too cold. I'm going to try again today. Maybe the wind isn't quite so bad. But anyway, I found a really cute card on Pinterest that I wanted to kind of make my own. Let me unlock my... Here it is. Isn't that really cute? And I don't celebrate birthdays, but I thought, you can change this to whatever you want. So I have used different dies. I've used, of course, a different sentiment. And I'll show you the one that I did so far. This was my test run just a few minutes ago. So I'm going to make a few changes, especially with this little background. And I'm going to use a different color right now. So I'm going to use Balmy Blue. And what I did was I used this Varied Vases stamp set. So even though I'm not doing a vase, I'm going to use this down here. Yes, that's it. And then the hello from up here. And that's all we're going to actually be stamping. So I'm going to turn you around and we'll get started. Pardon my wrinkled curtains. I thought, it works a little better if you don't see that glaring sun. I think you can see everything a little bit better. So I've got my Big Shot all ready to go. And what I did was use the Stitched Shapes dies. So I'm going to use these two down here. And actually they make nice little squares. But I'll show you. Let me just set that aside. I already have this all set up because my magnets are a little bit strong. So I've got it set up. I used two of these, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is just put the top plate on and bring it on through. Okay. My plates are getting so old. So this is what it looks like if you only use the small one. But if you put the two together, you end up with a nice little frame like this. So this little piece I'm going to save for another project sometime. And I've already cut all the other things out that I wanted to cut out so that you don't have to watch me cut everything out with the Big Shot. So I'm just going to move that out of my way. All right. So in front of me, again, I've got the Balmy Blue, and I've got a piece of Very Vanilla that is 5 1/4 by 4. This one's the usual, half of an 8 1/2 by 11 that I've already scored. And so we've got this Very Vanilla. So what I'm going to do, what I did not like about this card is I think that I stamped way too much in through here. So I'm going to do less. Excuse me. I'm not sick. I have allergies. And I'm using this bigger stamp. So I'm going to see if I can just work my way up a little bit and not like overstamp like I did before. So I'm just going to kind of, whoops, I didn't quite get that. Let me see if I can line it up. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. That's a lot less than what I had before. Let me just grab my chamois and clean that off quickly. And I'll set that aside. All right, so that's all I need this Sahara sand for. And let's see. Now we're going to take my stitched die. And I'm using these little mini dimensionals because I think that way they'll be a little more hidden than using the huge ones and having to cut it. I really love these little guys. I'm going to put one on each corner. So are y'all staying healthy? We are so far. My husband's not having a great day, but that's nothing to do with anything drastic. No corona. So that's always a positive thing. And these dimensionals, the big or small, all come with, you know, they're two-sided paper. So once you take it off the sticky paper, you need to just take off the back end. So I'm going to put that here in the middle, and it kind of elevates it from the paper a little bit, which I love. Okay, and then what I did was I used a couple of different dies. I am so glad that I did this with my cheapo binder that I got at the dollar store, and then I ordered these papers, these, I can't remember what they call them, the little envelopes from Amazon. So from the Botanical Tags die set, I used this leaf. And then I went to the Garden Gateway, and they had other leaves that I also cut out in a different color, and then these little flowers. And I love that this Garden Gateway gives you 3 of each, or actually there's 4 of the tiny flowers. So that if you're cutting out more than one, you don't have to do it one by one, you can do it all together. But to save you watching me cut all that out, I've already done it all. So here is what we've got so far. So what I'm going to do first is take, this was one of the leaves. I'm going to cut that into, because you don't want it to really stick out beyond the frame. So I'm going to just snip that into, and I'm going to do the same with this one. And that gives you twice the bang for your buck. Okay, and then instead of using the snail adhesive, I love the snail adhesive, but when you're doing delicate things like this, sometimes it is not the best. I'm just going to cut that a little bit better. Okay, so I'm using Tombow, or it's called the multi-liquid glue. And I'm just going to turn this around. Whoops, I don't want to glue it on my paper. And this just needs a little bit. The other advantage of using the Tombow is that you can, it gives you a minute so that you can, you know, stick it exactly where you want it. Because sometimes you need that extra little bit of time. So I'm just going to stick this underneath this frame. Stick it down, and then I'm going to do a little more here. I gotta remember to double check that I'm in the frame so you can see me. Okay. And then I'm going to put this beside it, and we're going to do the same with the other. Just a little bit of Tombow. And my Tombow is almost empty, but I found that if I kind of stick it upside down in my little scissor or pen holder, it brings all the stuff to the bottom, or the top, you might say, and more comes out. So I'm going to keep using it till it's completely empty, although I do have a replacement already for it. Okay, and I think what we're going to do is that. It's going to stick off the side a little, but it's okay. All right, so next I'm going to take this. This is with Sahara Sand, the bigger leaves. Same as what I'm doing this background with, so that's good. And then I'm just, with this I'm just going across approximately from the middle. Whoops. See, I told you it takes a minute. It does make your fingers a little sticky, but it's okay. I'm going to do the same here. right, sometimes it helps to just have something to hold it down a little. All right, and now we're going to do the same. This is with some Granny Apple Green. These were the smaller leaves. I'm just going to dab in a couple places so that that will stick on. And then do the same, just kind of stick it in place. Oops, let me try with this. Sometimes if you give it just a second to dry, it is better. Oh, I got a little piece of stuff here. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. So the same thing. Just gonna stick that down. Give it a minute. All right, see what we've got there so far? So now we're gonna do our flowers. So same thing, I'm gonna just use a little of the Tombow. And this, I cut these out. They're also from that Garden Gateway die set that coordinates with Grace's garden, which we're not using, so today it coordinates with this. All right, and we're gonna do the same with these little guys. Make sure I have it. A little bit of glue. Stick that one in place. And then here's the next one. I like that so far. Okay, so now I think since I'm done with the stamping, I'm going to attach it to the cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to use my snail for that. Oops. I'm always thinking that the next time I might use the Whisper White rather than the Berry Vanilla, but that's okay. For today, it's okay. So then what I'm going to do, find my little hello stamp, and that's also from that Varied Vases stamp set, and I'm going to use Night of Navy again, and just make a little hello. And this is small enough that I'm not going to try to do anything but just cut it out by hand with scissors. I mean, I think I probably could just as easily do it with my cutter, but somehow I sometimes think this is just quick enough for little stuff. All right, so there's the hello. And to attach that, I'm going to use the bigger dimensionals, one on each end. Whoops, I gotta get it onto the paper. That's helpful, right? Okay, and one more. And I was thinking that these cards will be really nice to send to people, because like us, everybody is homebound, and everybody needs a little encouragement. There's people that maybe are living all alone. I at least have my husband here with me, but there's people that are living all alone and don't have somebody to keep track of them. So I was thinking, what an ideal time to send them a card. I am looking for my little pearls that I had earlier. Here they are. All right, so these are the basic pearl jewels. And all I'm going to do is take a couple. Let's see, I think I used these little ones on the other card, so I'll use them again. And I'm just going to put them in the middle of these two smaller. And as you notice, I use a seam ripper a lot. I used to sew a lot. And so I use a seam ripper for all kinds of stuff with crafting too. So here you go. Which one do you like better? The Flirty Flamingo or the Balmy Blue? I'm thinking I like them both, but I think the balmy blue is a little less busy. So, doesn't matter. Whoever gets them is going to hopefully love them. And I'm just going to turn you around again. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed that. It's been kind of a weird time to just be able to have time to be home. But I'm getting a lot of spring cleaning done. I'm getting some extra cooking done and just kind of relaxing a little bit. So I hope that you are too. I hope you're staying healthy. Let me know in the comments how you're doing, because I care about all you guys. If you'd like to make a purchase, the hostess code is down below the last video, and you'll find it. It's there until the end of March, and then I'll get a new one going after that. So if you'd like to make a purchase too, this is the last little bit of celebration as we know it. It ends the end of March, and then the regular stuff's going to happen again. The mini catalog will be till the end of June. So when you're looking at the website, the celebration items, you'll see in a separate little catalog. So be sure to take a look at those. If there's something that you'd like in the regular catalog or the mini, if you spend $50, you get a free item out of the celebration. So I think that's all I've got now. I'll probably be back midweek sometime and do another video. So let me know what you would like me to demonstrate for you, and I'll see if I can do it. I'm pretty good at copying other stuff. So just let me know, and I'll be back midweek and we'll do another project together. So stay safe, stay home, enjoy. Bye-bye for now.